Welcome to a brand new episode of the Oops English channel. I'm Lily, and today we are talking about a very sensitive and important topic.
Hi everyone, I'm Sam. Yes, today we are talking about comforting a friend. What to say when someone you care about is going through a hard time.
It is one of the hardest things to do in any language, but doing it in English when it's not your native language can feel completely terrifying.
Oh, totally. The fear of saying the exact wrong thing is huge. So you just end up saying nothing or saying something really awkward.
Exactly. Today, we're going to cover what to say, what absolutely never to say, the umbrella metaphor, and 5 essential words for emotional support.
And as usual, we are going to talk about my recent communication disaster.
We definitely are. Sam, tell us about the text message you received from Jake last week.
Oh, man. So Jake sent me a text saying he had some really bad personal news. He was going through a terrible time.
And what did you do?
I panicked. I stared at my phone for 20 minutes trying to find the perfect English words. The automatic phrases from my native language just didn't translate well.
So, what did you actually send him?
I sent him a massive, extremely long text message filled with philosophical quotes, advice, and solutions to his problem.
Oh, Sam. And how did Jake respond to this giant essay of advice?
He just replied with one word, thanks. A very dry, cold thanks. I realized instantly that I had sent the completely wrong message.
It happens to the best of us. To understand why that was the wrong message, we need our 5 essential words: comfort, empathy, acknowledge, presence, and support.
Okay, what does it mean to acknowledge someone's pain?
To acknowledge means to recognize that the pain is real. It's the opposite of minimizing. Minimizing means making someone's pain seem much less important than it actually is.
I definitely don't want to minimize. I want to comfort.
Right. And that brings us to the central problem. People use phrases that they think are comforting, but they are actually dismissive. Dismissive means treating someone's feelings as unimportant.
Wait, what kind of phrases are dismissive?
Phrases like, everything happens for a reason.
Really? People say that all the time. Why is that bad?
Because when someone is in deep pain right now, they don't care about a philosophical reason. It makes them feel like they aren't allowed to be sad.
Oh, wow. I see that. What is another phrase I should never use?
Never start a sentence with at least.
Like, at least you still have your health, or at least you can find another job.
Exactly. Starting with at least almost always minimizes their current pain.
What about saying, I know exactly how you feel? I thought that showed empathy.
It's a trap, Sam. It's rarely true. Even if you went through something similar, you don't know exactly how they feel. It makes the conversation about you, not them.
That makes so much sense. What about, you'll be fine?
Also bad. Telling someone you'll be fine focuses on the future, but their pain is happening right now. The future doesn't help when it hurts today.
Wow, I have used all of those. I was trying to fix their problems.
That is the big difference between fixing and supporting. Fixing means trying to solve someone's problem. Supporting means being present with someone in their pain.
That is why my text to Jake failed. I went straight to fixing mode and gave him 20 solutions.
Exactly. Remember episode 18, Sam? Being a good listener? People usually don't want solutions. They just want to be heard.
So, if I shouldn't fix it, what expressions can I use? What really helps?
Here are some beautiful, genuine alternatives. If someone shares bad news, you can simply say, "I'm so sorry you're going through this."
I'm so sorry you're going through this. That is so warm. It just acknowledges the pain.
Yes, or you can validate their feelings by saying, "That sounds really hard."
That sounds really hard. I love that. It doesn't try to fix anything.
Exactly. And instead of saying, "I know how you feel," you should say the opposite. "I can't imagine how difficult this must be."
I can't imagine how difficult this must be. That gives them so much space to feel sad. What else?
Show your presence. Say, "I'm here for you, whatever you need."
I'm here for you, whatever you need.
And "I'm not going anywhere."
I'm not going anywhere. That shows true loyalty. But Lily, what if I don't know if they want to talk or be quiet?
Then you ask, say, "Do you want to talk about it, or would you rather I just sit with you?"
Oh, that is the best one. Do you want to talk about it, or would you rather I just sit with you? It gives them complete control.
Exactly. But Sam, you must adapt your comfort to the situation.
Right. Every situation is different. Let's talk about loss. Loss means the death of someone important, right?
Yes. In a loss, you definitely don't offer solutions. You just offer presence. What about a breakup? A breakup is the end of a romantic relationship.
For a breakup, I usually try to tell them the person was terrible anyway.
Don't do that. Just validate that it hurts. And what about a professional setback? A professional setback means a significant work-related disappointment, like losing a job.
Okay, so I don't say you'll find a better job. I say, I am so sorry. That sounds really hard.
Perfect. And for anxiety or mental health struggles, just be present without trying to be their doctor.
That makes sense. Let's talk about the proximity scale. How close are you to the person?
Good point. With a close friend, you can be very informal and hug them. But with a coworker,
I guess with a coworker, I want to be warm but not cross professional boundaries.
right. You can simply say, "I was so sorry to hear the news. Please let me know if I can help with any of your projects this week."
That is so professional but so kind. What if it is just an acquaintance?
Show you care without being intrusive. Say, "I'm keeping you in my thoughts during this difficult time."
Beautiful. Now, what about comforting at a distance, like my text to Jake?
Yes, a short, genuine message is always better than a long, generic one.
So I should have just texted, Jake, I am so sorry, I'm here for you.
Exactly. And then the most important part, checking in days later. Checking in means following up to show you haven't forgotten.
Ah, so next week I send another text just to say I'm thinking of him.
Yes. Now let's cover the absolute worst mistakes people make besides giving unsolicited advice.
What is the first mistake?
Making the conversation about yourself, saying, "Oh, I went through something similar and what I did was,"
Right, stealing the spotlight. What is mistake number 2?
disappearing, giving support on the first day and then completely vanishing while the situation is still hard weeks later.
That is heartbreaking. What is mistake number 3?
Using religious or philosophical phrases without knowing if the person receives them well. Not everyone finds comfort in the same beliefs.
That is a very respectful point. What is the final mistake?
Saying, "Let me know if you need anything."
Wait, really? I say that all the time. Why is that bad?
Because it sounds supportive, but it actually puts the responsibility back on the person suffering. It transfers the weight to them.
Oh, it forces the sad person to do the work of thinking of a task and asking for help.
Exactly. Instead of saying, "Let me know," just do something. Say, "I am bringing you dinner on Tuesday."
Wow, that brings us to our visual metaphor, doesn't it? The umbrella.
Yes, comforting someone is exactly like holding an umbrella. An umbrella keeps the rain off you.
Okay, so the rain is the sadness.
Yes, and you cannot stop the rain. It is not your job to control the weather or fix the sky.
Wow, I can't stop the rain. So what do I do?
Your job is to stand right beside them while the rain falls and hold the umbrella so they don't get completely wet and cold alone.
That is beautiful. Presence is the umbrella, not the perfect words, not the solutions, just standing there in the rain with them.
Exactly, Sam. You are their umbrella. Are you ready for the emotional quiz?
I am ready. Let's do this.
Question 1. What does it mean to minimize someone's pain?
It means making their pain seem less important than it is, like saying, at least.
Correct. Question 2. Why shouldn't you say, I know exactly how you feel?
Because it's rarely true, and it makes the whole conversation about you instead of them.
Spot on. Question 3. What is the difference between fixing and supporting?
Fixing is trying to solve the problem. Supporting is just being present with them in their pain.
Perfect. Question 4. Why is saying, let me know if you need anything, actually a mistake?
Because it puts the responsibility back on the person suffering to figure out what they need and ask for it themselves.
Exactly. Question 5. According to our metaphor, why is comforting a friend like holding an umbrella?
Because you can't stop the rain from falling. You just stand beside them so they don't have to be in the storm alone.
Brilliant, Sam. 100% correct. Now let's practice holding that umbrella. I will say the phrase, you repeat slowly.
I'm ready.
I can't imagine how difficult this must be.
I can't imagine how difficult this must be.
Beautiful. Let's try one more to show your presence.
I'm ready.
Do you want to talk about it, or would you rather I just sit with you?
Do you want to talk about it, or would you rather I just sit with you?
Absolutely perfect, Sam. You are going to be a wonderful umbrella for Jake.
Yeah. I'm going to text him right now and just ask if I can come sit with him. No advice this time.
I think he will really appreciate that.
Oh, before we go, guys, if you want a supportive umbrella for your English journey, hit that subscribe button.
Yes, we're here for you every single day.
Tell us in the comments, what is the most comforting thing someone has ever said to you in a hard time?
I can't wait to read those beautiful comments. See you tomorrow, everyone.